Welcome back. You're watching India Market Close, and we're in conversation with Gurmeet Chadda, and of course we're joined on this side of the break by Vinay Rajani, who is with HDFC Securities. Gentlemen, thanks as always. Vinay, thanks as always for taking the time. Gurmeet, I wanted to ask us, Vinay, same question on Axis Bank that I wanted to understand. Technically, do you think is it a right time to buy Axis Bank after this 5% downtick?
So till yesterday, the trend was clear-cut up. It was one of the strongest finance stocks on the charts. And today, suddenly, because of some news, it has come down by more than 5% with a higher volume. So today is the first day of reaction. Today, it has also breached the crucial support of its 50 days exponential average, which is placed around 1237. So it is right now placed below that level. And the next immediate support I see for the stock is around 1170, which happens to be the 200 days exponential average. So yes, the positional trend is still up. It is trading above its 200 days moving average, and it has been one of the resilient stock till now. But yes, the way it has moved down today with the volume, it might happen that the next support comes down around 1170, which is nothing but its 200 days average. So better to wait for more clarity. As of now, this is the first day. So it might happen that in the coming sessions also we may see some selling pressure.
Vinay, I haven't asked your picks yet, but we've reached the time of the show we normally talk about BTST, and so therefore let me ask you about that. Do you have any attractive ideas from that perspective?
Yeah, so today FMCG stocks have started doing well. In fact, it started from yesterday itself. So this is the sector which has not participated yet in this particular market. So I think the Tata Consumer is looking strong to me. For last two trading sessions, it has been doing good. So in this environment and scenario where momentum is clearly lacking in the stocks, I think this theme can work out, the rotation theme of the sector. So Tata Consumer around 1170 looks good to me. Stop loss can be kept at 1153. And on the upside, I see a resistance around 1200, which should be the immediate target for the stock. So yes, today's market is not that great. It is down by 170. So in this kind of setup, I would go with Tata Consumer with the target of 1200, where stop loss can be kept at 1153.
Right, the FMCG pack is something which Vinay was speaking about, but let me show you the same pack. Let's do the bulls and bears segment on that. And today itself, they have shown a very strong strength, the FMCG pack, despite the volatility in the market with so much news flow coming in both domestically and globally. The technical setup that has turned a bit bullish as a defensive buying is coming in, but the valuations are still elevated for the larger names. Let's look at the second case scenario to look at. Important appointments are coming in for Britannia as well. That's where the street is looking at. And also management churn, that's also plaguing the industry as well. So that's a concern coming in. Another bull case scenario is that Marico is in talks to buy Cosmix. That might boost their protein business, and a lot of larger players have started acquiring startups as well. There's a rising competition still coming from quick commerce and startups. So that's another scenario which we'll be looking out for. Also, another bull case coming in is that Q3 numbers, they are expected to remain seasonally strong when their operational parameters comes in. And the Q2 numbers, which was negatively impacted because there were a lot of GST changes and inventory changes which was there, which was reported, and it hurt the P&L numbers of the FMCG players. Also, the important bull case scenario, the last one is Britannia is up 29% in 2025, and the biggest loser is Varun Beverages. That's also down almost 25%. FMCG pack is something which we are discussing. Vinay, you had already spoken about your FMCG segment, but any other stocks which are looking good in the FMCG pack?
Yeah, so there has been divergent movement within the FMCG space. The stock which is relatively stronger is Marico, and another one is Britannia, which you just discussed. So Tata Consumer, Marico, and the Britannia, these three stocks are looking stronger on the charts. The Varun Beverages and HUL are still struggling and into a downtrend. So relative strength is a bit higher in these three stocks which I just discussed, Marico, Britannia, and Tata Consumer. So better to remain with the stock which is showing a higher relative strength. So, and Godrej Consumer is another stock which is a typical reversal case on the chart. So that is also looking attractive as of now. But the bigger stock HUL is still lacking. It is still into a downtrend. So waiting for more clarity into that. But yes, Godrej Consumer, Marico, Tata Consumer, and the Britannia are looking good on the charts.
Okay. All right. A few of the fertilizer stocks are doing particularly well as we reach the end of today's session. And a part of that, of course, has to do with what was said in Parliament today in certain comments. The government has assured that there is no fertilizer shortage. A buffer is being built to meet farm demand as well. And there is also expected to be a budget boost for fertilizer sector. The demand outlook, according to the government, is strong post a good monsoon. The government is also building in buffer of urea stocks as well. So several of these stocks doing particularly well in trade, Sharad, because the outlook looks positive. And remember, in Q2, quite a few of these companies did well on the earnings front as well.
Well, yes, their outlook was also good, Alex. The Q3 numbers which you are looking at, look at the stocks, fertilizers, Paradip phosphates, all doing well in the trade, and they are maintaining it. This was early in the morning news flow. So no volatility was there in these counters. But remember, these are low volume counters and they pick up only in this government related news. So we will be looking at the subsidy aspect of it as well.
Some part of it also has to do with the margins. If I remember correctly, quite a few of these fertilizer companies did report better than expected margin profiles in the second quarter, which resulted in a quite substantial increase in the bottom line as well. But since we're talking about the space, let's go to Vinay on whether or not he would buy into this. Sharad pointed out, Vinay, just now that these are essentially low volume counters usually, right? And so with that caveat, would you still trade any one of these?
Yes, so better to stick with the liquid stocks, and many stocks in this particular space have come down a lot from the recent highs. One of the stocks which I like, and there is some positive development on the chart, is the Chambal Fertilizer. So last week ended 12th December, the stock actually formed a long leg doji candlestick pattern after a healthy correction. So in May 2025, the stock was trading at 742 and it came down to 410 last week. And from that level, it found support and showed some reversal sign. So this doji candlestick on the weekly chart indicates a possible reversal, if not reversal, but at least pullback. And same we can see this week, this stock has risen. Today itself, it has risen by more than 2% with the jump in volumes. So it is a typical reversal case on the chart. So if somebody wants to take any position in the fertilizer stock, I would prefer Chambal Fertilizer, which is trading at 446. I see a support around 420 odd level. So keeping that stop loss in mind, one can take a bet on that, because overall scenario and market trend is not supporting. But within this particular segment, Chambal Fertilizer looks strongest amongst the pack. And on the upside, there is a resistance around 465. Immediate resistance is around that level. So yeah, if bet is to be taken, then it should be taken into Chambal Fertilizer.
Okay, all right. So Chambal Fertilizer is the pick from the basket of fertilizer stocks. Incidentally, I was telling you about what was being said by the government, and the person who was making the statements was Finance Minister Nirmala fertilizer pack. But remember, one of the big talking points will remain heading into the end of the day today and in the evening, the slide in the Indian rupee. You have had it slide to that 91 mark. Even as we speak, it is very close to or just above that 91 mark, and that's having a bearing on sentiment as well. The benchmark Nifty 50 trading at below 25,900, in fact at 25,850, and you have the Nifty Bank that is hovering just above that 59,000 mark as well. The question therefore on the charts is, Vinay, what is the view on the benchmark? I didn't ask you about that, but do we see further lows? We've bounced consistently off that 25,700 mark last week. Is that also the next level of support that you would look at very closely?
Yeah, so the better strategy and strategy should be the wait and watch, because right now on the daily chart, Nifty has been forming lower tops and lower bottoms. The recent top was 26,057, and after that it has started coming down. On last week, we saw a strong reversal from the 50 days exponential average, which was around 25,700, and that is still intact. So on weekly chart, still higher top, higher bottoms are there, but on daily chart, that means shorter time charts are suggesting there is a short-term downtrend. So we have to give chance to that. We have to see if this 50-day EMA is getting breached or not in the coming days. Today's session has been very weak, but there is also a chance of forming a higher bottom here. If Nifty do not break this previous bottom of 25,700, then there is a good chance of bullish reversal of bullish Dow theory. So The confirmation of the bullish trend reversal will come above 26,000 from this level. So waiting for that to happen. It is a conditional strategy above 26,000 in Nifty. We will get the bullish momentum back, and any level below 25,700 will resume the downward rally. So that's what we are waiting for. And right now the strategy should be to wait and watch.
Got it. And specifically on the Nifty Bank, a quick view, Vinay.
Yeah, so same in the Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty till now has been outperformer, but yes, there is a strong support around 58,700 in Bank Nifty. So that should be the stop loss in trading long position. Any level below 58,800 would be considered a bearish sign, and that could bring down 1,000 points more downside in the index. So that should be the stop loss in the existing long positions.
All right. Thank you very much, Vinay, for giving your technical views on this market. But remember, there are a lot of events which